I'm Tarry, and we're here in New York in my apartment. The guys came over and we're checking out my pedal board and some of the stuff that I use to do what it is I do, which is mainly play bass, a lot of jazz, but also R&B, rock, folk, anything that's going on. And the pedal board I use is right here in front of me, and it's got an Xotic and an EWS pedal, which are integral to the whole functioning of this pedal board, which is pretty substantial for a bass player. I would say the heart of the entire pedal board is the X Blender here, the Xotic X Blender pedal. When I got this, I guess a few months ago, it changed the whole way that I set up my pedal board. Just a quick run of how I run everything. My bass goes into here, into the pedal board, into the volume pedal. And out of the volume pedal, I come into the X Blender, right here. And then I run every other pedal, except for the looping device I have over here. I run every other pedal through the return, the effects return of the X Blender. And what that does is it allows me to keep certain pedals on at different times and blend with this knob here, and I use my foot. It allows me to blend in the amount of effect I want, because as a bass player, it's very hard to take your hands off the bass. And that was one thing I wanted to alleviate. And I tried many, many different things, and I think the thing that worked for me the best, once I saw this X Blender, it answered like every single question I'd ever had. And this is how this pedal board was built, was around this sort of central unit. So that's why it's kind of up front. But just as an example, here's like a bunch of reverb. You'll hear, I can crank this all the way up, and you'll hear I've got my reverb, and I leave my reverb on totally open, so a really long reverb, so I can control. You'll hear how much, that's more reverb than anybody really ever needs. And what I do now with the X Blenders, I can go like this. I can turn it down. You'll hear as I go, less reverb, less reverb, less reverb, to no reverb. So I'll find a good place that I like, and I can move it with my foot. Less, more, less, more, which is it's very important, and it works with every single pedal. So I can turn on the octave pedal, and I can have no octave, and if I want to add, the more I want to add. If I want to, as I add more, it just gets. And then I can add less, depending on what the tune needs. And that works for everything on the board. So the other beautiful thing I love about the Xotic X Blender is that I can leave stuff on, and I can have it set to a thing, and then it's got a bypass in it. So. So let's say I come to a thing, I have to take a solo, I can have the reverb kind of set to where I want. That kind of thing, and then I can bypass it and I'm right back to normal. So it's a way for me to make complete changes in one location on the pedal board with very minimal amount and only using my feet, which, I guess it is a pedal board, so you have to use your feet. Yeah, and then what I have here at the very end, and this is a like your standard Roland, an old Roland loop station. They make a smaller one now, but this one sort of has a few more features in it. And so a lot of times, you know, I'll just create like some loops. So now here's a good example of where the X Blender comes into play. So I've set this loop up now, and I want to play over top of it, let's say, but I have too much reverb on. It's too much reverb. So what I'll do is I can dial this down automatically, so now it becomes playable. And then let's say I want to add a little bit of something cool there. I want to add some octave pedal, but I want it to be like a real heavy octave pedal. Now we're back to the old reverb setting.